I just remember the detective coming to, once I was there and out of, and I guess able to talk, the detective came there and was informing me that they had found him at that time at an undisclosed location, and he attempted to take his life. He did not shoot himself. He had a dialysis port in his neck, and he pulled that port out, which caused him to lose, I'm assuming, oxygen, like to his brain and things like that, which resulted in like a cardiac incident. Well, when he did that, he did not pass. They resuscitated him. I was told, like en route and upon arrival at some point between there, he had another cardiac incident, and that led them to put him on life support. Well, here's the thing: I'm married to him, and I'm still here. So guess who has to go and sign the paperwork? And now I say God has a funny way of doing things, because I have to go make a decision on somebody's life who tried to rob me of mine. But the God I serve, once I was released from the hospital, I did go over. I was taken over to where he was, and I asked the doctors, was there anything they could do to save his life? And they were informed me that no, even if they were to take him off of life support, if he survived, he would be a vegetable. And plus, he was in custody anyway, of course, for the crime that was done. So I just said, I asked for a moment. I asked the detective if I could have a moment with him before I, of course, went ahead and signed those papers. And we were granted a chance to say, I was granted a chance to speak to him. And what I did was I went in there and I prayed for him. And I asked God to forgive him. And I asked God to help me forgive him. I also had the chaplain come in and say a prayer for him as well. So after I did that, I made peace, or felt like I was on a path to making the peace. I then signed the papers. And 3 days later, the call I got was that he had fully transitioned over. He was no longer here. And it hurt me and it broke me, because in spite of what he did to me, we're human, right? And I still wish to this very day that we would have gotten a divorce, and he moved on to the people he was still dealing with, instead of trying to, try to rob me of my life and then ultimately take yours. I always say, I just wish things could have been done and handled differently. So my prayer is still with his family as well, even though I don't associate with them. We don't associate with each other. My prayers are still with his family, because nobody won in that situation. My boy's life has been forever altered. Their lives have been forever altered. So nobody won in that situation. My prayers are for everybody. My prayers are for my neighbor. My prayers are for him, because that's life changing for them, and especially my neighbor. He had to see this. You know, he never comes to my house like that. Never, never. And I just still thank God that even his life was spared, that he wasn't hurt. Um, I pray daily for everyone that had some kind of, involvement, because those are memories. You try to live with them, you try to get past them, but it can affect you mentally. So I pray for everyone just involved in that situation.